Hi, my name is Cassidy McCarthy Wyckoff, and in this presentation, I will be discussing the effects of social media. Specifically, I will be discussing the danger that its misuse can cause to younger age groups and the solutions that can be implemented to prevent further instances of harm. Social media is a useful space for many outlets and has become an essential part of successfully functioning in the contemporary world. It not only helps create and maintain connections, stimulate creativity, and provide entertainment, but it is also now an integral part of student and professional life. Social media is a wonderful and positive tool, but it has many drawbacks. In fact, it presents many negative effects and even dangers that many are unaware of, which might make social media more harmful than it is helpful. However, it is so intertwined in our everyday lives, both personal and professional, that it would be impossible to separate it without distancing ourselves from society. Solutions need to be implemented by social media companies to minimize these negative effects, but they also need to be implemented on a personal level. The audience for this presentation is young people, parents, and social media companies. This message is mainly directed towards these younger social media users, specifically children and young adults. This is because not only are the majority of social media users younger people, but they are also the ones that social media can harm the most. Although excessive social media use can be detrimental for any age group, younger people are at significantly more risk. Parents should also be included in this audience when addressing the youngest of these users, who might not be able to make the most beneficial decisions for themselves. Because of this, these parents should be made aware of the problem and its solutions. This presentation will also address social media companies, as some of the solutions that need to take effect are not possible without their acknowledgement and addressal of social media's dangers. Many, if not all of these companies know about the dangers and do not take action due to the fear of profit loss, but if this action is not taken, it will be to the detriment of countless people. It is widely realized by professionals that younger age groups are the most affected by social media's dangers, as they are developmental periods in the age group that uses it the most. In their article, The Role of TikTok in Students' Health and Well-Being, Ramsden and Talbot state that, quote, evidence suggests that social media use is especially prevalent among students who are particularly appreciative of the availability of information and the opportunities to learn how to improve their well-being, end quote, and they also turn to it to alleviate stressors. The vast majority of young people use social media, particularly the platforms TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat, and this has been linked to the substantial increase in teen mental health issues. One study reflects how teachers recognize that social media can cause or worsen depression, anxiety, insomnia, self-esteem or self-perception issues, health and body image issues, and much more. Since social media shows risky and unsafe situations, unlimited access to it can expose young people to these situations and encourage them to engage in risky activities such as drinking or drugs. The addictiveness of social media only exacerbates these effects. It is now well known that social media platforms are the most addictive online activity, and it becomes increasingly difficult for users to avoid constant participation. This eventually interferes in the person's life, as it can impact relationships, academic performance, and mental health and well-being. Social media companies would be negatively effective if they altered its addictiveness, as the more time that is spent on it means that the companies bring in more profit. Thus, the owners and CEOs of these companies speak out to defend social media. Mark Zuckerberg, the co-founder of Facebook, stated that, quote, the existing body of scientific work has not shown a causal link between using social media and young people having worse mental health, end quote. But this has been widely proved to be untrue. The denial of social media's dangers will continue to put people at risk, and companies need to find solutions to stop it. Although social media use carries significant risk for young people, preventing them from using social media would negatively affect them as well. Social media promotes wellness, encourages people to express themselves, and provides community. Education and tools should be provided for how to use it constructively. The Five Rights Foundation, an organization working towards providing a safer online environment for young people, have implemented and are taking action to implement the Online Safety Bill, privacy-preserving age assurance, codes of practice, and the age-appropriate design code. Companies can also add a report button to everything, have technology monitor posts in the comments, and/or hire more moderators, force people to use their real names, or get the police involved in major cases of online abuse or bullying. In addition to what companies should implement, people should implement their own cautionary practices as well. Macmillan Health educates on how people can try to avoid its negative effects by addressing how people can address a specific problem. For example, sedentary behavior can be helped with setting a goal to be active or taking breaks in between uses, and loss of sleep can be helped by setting a digital curfew for a set amount of time before sleeping, silencing the phone, and setting it out of reach. Setting boundaries and paying attention to the behaviors of people you interact with and follow can also improve well-being. When you're posting, you should consider privating your account, but regardless of whether your social media page is public or private, you should always think twice before you post and block anyone who exhibits negative behaviors. Social media has many risks for the younger age groups that use it. It can be addictive and negatively affect many aspects of mental and physical health. However, social media does have many positive aspects, and it is now a vital part of successfully operating in the world today. Thus, it wouldn't be beneficial to prevent people from using it. Instead, companies and users should both implement precautions to try to avoid these risks as best as possible, and users should be educated on how to navigate it more safely.